parking lot today. I've had my car back for...
Basket by 40, Andrew Barker.
Oh my God. It's like 5:40. She calls me and goes, I have a flat tire, and AAA said they won't be here until about, 7:45. And I go, where are you at? She tells me about 25 minutes.
3-point basket by 23, Blake Sugar.
Down, this is on the code. And then I get there, she doesn't have a jacket on for some reason. I go, where's your jacket? She goes, I don't know, she needs to go. Then I have to fly home, fly back there.
In a 3-second violation, ball is turned over to the Vikes. Dalton Husband is entering the game at this point in the action. Tapping basket by 42, Dalton Husband. Basket by 40, Andrew Barker. We have a Viking personal foul on number 5, Tony Decker. This will bring number 40, Jimmy Laker, into the game. Out of bounds to the Vikings. Fouls on 23, Blake Sugar. Patrice Ramadas into the game. We're at the free throw line. Number 1, Rondell Green in for the Wildkats. Also number 10 for the Vikings, Marcus Linder. Basket is good by Andrew Barker. Fouls on Sam Temple. Barker will be shooting one. Logan Dockemeyer into the game. Rondell Green. Out of bounds, last touched by the Vikings. Blocking foul on the ground. A 23 Logan Topline. Out of bounds to the Vikings. This will bring number 2, Buddy Love, back into the game. We have a jump ball. Possession arrow is in favor of the Vikings. Basket by 42, Dalton Husband. Basket by 2, Buddy Love. Three-point basket by Blake Stewart. Basket by 5, Tavian Bennett. We have a Wildcat foul on 40, Andrew Barker. Sam Double at the line. Fouls on Andrew Barker. Husband will be shooting 1 from the line. Husband connects. Makes good on the three-point play. Fouls on 40, Barker. Out of bounds to the Vikings. Basket by 21, Sam Temple. We have a timeout on the floor. That is a full timeout taken by the head coach of the Wildcats. Fouls on 21, Sam Dillon. Out of bounds to Kokomo. We have a Vikings personal foul on the line, 23 Blake Stewart. Shooting 2 free throws will be running off. Number 5, Tavian Bennett into the game. Also checking into the game, number 1, Rondell Green. of the Vikings. That is a 30-second timeout. 30-second timeout. Out of bounds, last touched by the Vikings. Fouls on one, Rondell Green, out of bounds to the Vikings. Basket by 32, Patrick's Ramas. Basket good by Rondell Green. Fouls on 23, Blake Stewart. Green will have one free throw. Buddy Love back into the game. He's joined on the floor by 23, Logan Dockmeyer.
Good, how are you? Good.
Have a held ball. Possession arrow favors the Vikings. And a legal screen on 23, Blake Stewart. Substitution for the Vikings. Jimmy Linger. Ball is turned over to the Vikings. Three-point basket by Sam. Double. Timeout taken on the floor. Timeout taken by the head coach of the Wildcats. That's a full timeout. That is a full timeout. Basket by Andrew Parker. Into the game for the Wildcats, 11, Jamal Cosley. Also number 24, Caleb Tafflinger. They are joined in the court by number 3. Basket by 40, Andrew Parker. Basket is good. Basket is good by Grayson Kiefner. That will put him at the line as well. Into the game for the Vikings, we have 11. Caleb West. 30, Justin Tosh. 45, Blaine Freiberger. 44, West Hotchkiss. Also into the game for the Vikings, 20, Grant Campbell. Basket is good. By 45, Blaine Freiberger. Foul is on Wildcats, number 11, Jamal Cosley. Freiberger at the line, he'll be shooting 1 free throw. Kokomo High School Wildkats and Huntington North Vikings 46. Stay tuned, we have lots of great festivities planned as this is senior night, plus some other presentations that will take place very soon. We ask you to hold tight, stay in your seat. Attention parents and students, you can show off your Huntington North pride and raise money for our school at the same time. Midwest American Federal Credit Union is here tonight to present the school with a check for $1,095.12 as part of their Affinity Visa debit card program. Get your free Affinity Visa debit card at Midwest America and earn money for Huntington North High School each time you use it. This is at no cost to you or the school, but it's an opportunity to raise funds while doing your everyday checking account transactions. For more information, visit Midwest America's website or stop by one of their 15 area offices. Thank you for the work and the support that you give American Federal Credit Union. At this time, we would like to take a few moments and honor many of our seniors who have given so much to the programs here at Huntington North. First, we'd like to introduce to you the seniors for the boys basketball team. The seniors for the boys basketball team are made up first of Tyler Carr. Tyler not only plays basketball, but he also participates in cross country and track. Tyler is a member of the National Honor Society and a scholar athlete. He is going to study nursing and compete in track and field at St. Francis. Susan and Larry Carr are with him. Next, we would like to introduce Eric Hostler. Eric not only is a basketball player, but he's also played soccer here at Huntington North. He is a member of the National Honor Society. He's a 10-year member of 4-H. He plans to go to Indiana University to study sports management and marketing. He is escorted by his parents, Brian and Kristen Hostler. Next is Ethan Hubbard. Ethan Hubbard has been playing basketball for 4 years. After high school, he plans to attend lineman school. He's being escorted by his parents, Lisa and Josh Hubbard. Next, we would like to introduce to you Wes Huff. Not only has Wes played basketball for 3 years, he's also been a member of the baseball team. His other high school activities and honors include Distinguished Scholars, National Honor Society, and he also is an academic letter recipient. He will attend Indiana University Bloomington to study business and finance at the Kelly School of Business. Wayne and Christy Chelsea Huff are with him. Wayne and Chelsea Huff. Next, we have Cole Carver. Not only has he been playing basketball, but he also participates in track and field. Cole's plans after high school are to study at IU. He is escorted by his parents, Christy Carver and Trent McCarver. Next, we have Levi McElhaney. Levi's been playing basketball since 7th grade in Huntington. After he graduates from high school, his plans are to go to Ivy Tech to be a radiology tech. He is escorted by his parents, Heather and Andy McElhaney. Next, we have Tyler Toish. He's been the basketball manager for 4 years. He's also been the manager for baseball and football. He's a member of the National Honor Society. He has received the VIA Sportsmanship Award. He's a 4-year varsity athletic award winner for football. He plans to attend Huntington University to study sports marketing. With him are his parents, Sunshine and Jeff Bush. Ladies and gentlemen, one more big round of applause for our Huntington North senior basketball players and manager. You may be dismissed to head to the locker room and prepare for the game tonight.
I'll try to help you out.
As they're headed back to the locker room, we'd like to begin the introductions of our seniors for the cheerleading team. First tonight, in her fourth year as a Huntington North cheerleader, we have Hannah Mills. She's part of Huntington North High School today, HNHS today, freshman mentoring in the ICE program. Hannah is also a scholar athlete. She's applying to be a UCA cheerleader to travel to summer camps and teach high school cheerleaders. She will be attending esthetician school to be a licensed esthetician following her time here at Huntington North. With her are her parents, Scott and Corey Mills. Next we have Emma Mounsey. She's been cheerleading for 4 years. She's a member of the National Honor Society. She is a scholar athlete as well as an academic medal recipient. She is part of the Rotary Interact Club, student council, and freshman mentor. She will be attending Taylor University, majoring in environmental science. She signed with Taylor to be on their competitive cheer team. With her are her parents, Chris and Jeremy Mounsey. Next we have Kayla Wright. Kayla Wright has been a cheer team member for 4 years. She's also been a member of the swimming team for 3 years. Kayla is class treasurer, freshman mentor, council, student athletic council, student council, top 25, college board national recognition. She is a state qualifier in swim. She's first team All-NEA in swim. She is the 50-free record holder. She's also an All-American cheerleader and a college athlete. She plans to attend Purdue University as an emerging leader scholar to major in nursing and minor in psychology. With her are her parents, Matt and Suzanne Wright. Next, let's welcome Stella Shear. She's been a cheerleader for 3 years. Her other activities here include being a freshman mentor, and she's part of the Academic Honors Program. She will be attending Huntington University to get a degree in nursing. With her are her parents, Renee Forrest and Nick Shear. Next we have Gianna Toish. She has been a cheerleader for 4 years, as well as being a gymnast and a track and field athlete here at Huntington North. She's a member of the class council, student athletic council. She's also a member of the National Honor Society, and she is a freshman mentor. Her plans are to attend Taylor University and study elementary education, where she will be a pole vaulter on the track team. With her are her parents, Dave and Chris Toish. Now welcome to the floor, Allie Smith. Along with cheerleading for 2 years, she has also participated in gymnastics, member of class council, student council, National Honor Society, top 25. She's an academic letter recipient. Her plans are to attend Butler University to pursue a career in pharmacy. With her are her parents, Andy Smith and Heidi Whitman. And rounding out the cheer team, we have Alicia Tone. She's been a member of the cheer team for 4 years. She's also a member of the marching band for 3 years. She also participates in jazz band, solo ensemble. She's a state qualifier for ISMA. She's a National Honor Society and an Academic Honors member. She plans to go to PFW for general studies, Indiana Wesleyan University for marine biology. She's with Kristen Keene and Michael Tone, her parents. Once again, let's give a big round of applause to our Huntington North cheer team seniors. Cheerleaders, you may be dismissed. And now we have the senior members of our band. First we have Jared Cartwright. He's part of Varsity Brass and Jazz Band. He's a member of the National Honor Society, top 25. The Frederick Chopin Piano Award winner, Eagle Scout, and an academic letter holder. He plans to go to Purdue University and study mechanical engineering. With him are his parents, Jeff and Lydia Cartwright. Next is Ian Kreider. Ian's also a member of the marching band. He's also an ISMA Gold Solo winner. His plans after college, or his plans after high school, are to do something with computers. With him are his parents, Keith and Linda Kreider. The next senior member of the pep band is Matthew Rue. Matthew Rue is also part of the marching band. He is a National Honor Society member, a JAG member, and he's also the Walkway Club president. He plans to go to Purdue, Fort Wayne, or University of Northern Ohio after he graduates. With him are Angela Rue and Philip Rue. Next is Takara Heathcote. Takara is a member of the pep band. Has been in the marching band also for 4 years. Also a member of Varsity Brass, a jazz band, and percussion ensemble, along with being a member of the National Honor Society. Plans are to attend Arizona State University to study music therapy. Escorting is our Megan and Jared Clements. Next is Micah Pence, also a member of wrestling, as a freshman and a sophomore, along with being 3 years in the pep band. Micah has been a part of jazz band, is a solo ensemble, holds gold at district and has a gold at state He's also a small town scholar, academic letter recipient, and an IMEA state honor band member. Plans are to attend the USI in Bloomington for biochemistry. Next we have Matt Farrow. Along with pep band, Matt has been a member of the concert band, the marching band, also holds 3 leadership awards, 3 outstanding performer awards, and the Marching Fight Award. Matt's plans after high school are to join the workforce. He is joined on the floor by his parents, Ed and Christy Farrow. Next is Aiden Richardson. Aiden has, along with pep band, there are 4 years of marching band, 2 years of varsity brass, 3 years of varsity singers, and 4 years of wind ensemble. He's the founder of the Cardinal Brass Jazz Band. Plans to work as a visual caption head for Columbia City Marching Band next year at Sweetwater, while going to school at PFW for music education with his parents, Timothy and Teresa Richardson. Next is Blaze Rugley. Blaze has been a part of marching band for 5 years, along with his time here as a pep band member. Part of the musical pit for 1 year. Blaze is a member of the National Honor Society, College, Rural, and Small Town Recognition Award winner, as well as a Marching Fight Esprit de Corps Award. His plans are to attend Purdue University to get a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering. With him on the floor are Dawn and Matt Rubley. Samson has been a part of show choir, varsity brass, theater, academic team, band, top 25, and National Honor Society. Plans after high school include being part of the New University first year engineering. With him on the floor tonight are his parents, Nick and Haley Vickery. Ladies and gentlemen, again, one big round of applause for all of our band members and for all the hard work that they have done for us here at Huntington High School for the past 4 years and beyond. Band members, you may join your band to bring our varsity team out onto the floor.
time for Huntington North Vikings basketball on your Huntington North Sports Authority, Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH. Before we head to the hardwood, we'd like to thank the following sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible.
Bailey Love Mortuary, Bippus State Bank, First Federal Savings Bank, Hartberg, Roth, Garrett, Halberstadt, and Garrett Law, Nove, and Z Place Pizza.
Now let's head to the arena for the fast-paced action of Vikings basketball on your home for Huntington North Sports, Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Max Rohrbach alongside Ryan Pate here for tonight's game as the Vikings take on Floyd Benunga and the Kokomo Wildkats. That's just how it is here at Bob Strait Court here at North Arena. Excuse me. As I said earlier, I'm Max Rohrbach here with Ryan Pate. We have a basketball game tonight.
There's nowhere better to be.
All season, maybe second, only to the girls' semi-state final.
John Peckinpah and the Kokomo Wildcats come in here tonight. Peckinpah 37-12 in his second year Kokomo, 59-36 in his fourth year overall. Craig Teagle makes his return to Huntington North as usual at 117 wins and 75 losses in his eighth year here, and 443 wins and 265 losses in his 31st year overall.
Yeah, absolutely. Tonight it's going to be a ball game. It is going to be a ball game. I'm going to send you to an interview that I had with Coach Teagle recently. It's about 3 minutes, 30 seconds long, so shouldn't be too long. Should bring you back just in time for the national anthem. And here we go. Max Rohrbach here with head coach of the Huntington North Vikings boys varsity basketball team. First of all, Coach, tough loss against Manchester last game, 50-36. What can you tell me about that game with Ethan Zahn dropping 11 and Asher Chachowski dropping 8 himself?
Well, they're a very good team. They have had the 6'6" kid inside that does a nice job. And they have two really good guards that shoot and are very quick. I thought we did a really good job on the big. I think he ended up with 14, but he got 5 or 6 of those late when we had to foul a little bit. They're just a better basketball team than we are right now. I mean, they could do some things we couldn't. I think we took an 18-17 lead on first possession the second half, but from that point on, we got back to that turning the ball over. And we don't do it like once every 4 or 5 possessions. When we turn it over, we may turn it over 4 possessions in a row. It just kills your momentum. And so eventually in the fourth quarter, I think it was 34-32 them. We missed a shot, and then we had 2 or 3 turnovers, and that pulled away, and we couldn't do anything then. But Ethan did have 11 points. He had a couple threes, and we were 2 of 13 from 3, so we didn't shoot very well. Yeah. And then Asher had 8 points, but Asher also had 12 rebounds. So he did a nice job inside. We just, again, turnovers. We had 20 turnovers for the game. We're averaging 18.3 for the year, and our goal is to be around 10. So that's been killing us every game at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. So how are you going to come back from the loss to Manchester? What's the practice plan that you had this week?
Well, we just continue to work on our fundamentals and our skill level and try to put extra guys on the floor defensively when we're working on our offensive stuff just to make it look tougher. So we got to do a better job reading defense, getting the ball put in the open areas, and, staying fundamentally sound, staying down triple threat, stepping to every pass. Our problem is we just throw passes that when you look at them, like there was no way they were going to go there. So, we got to have more poise with the basketball. Now, I'm saying this, and then we probably won't be denied, but we've been pretty good defensively. I mean, we hold our opponents to 36, 37% shooting from the floor. So defense hadn't been our problem at this point. It's been the turnovers. When you turn the ball over, it takes a possession away from you, and that's been really hurting us at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's your game plan today? What's your plan to stop McGee from three-point line?
Yeah, I don't know if we can stop either one of those kids, a high shoot kid or McGee. I mean, they're so strong. They shoot it deep, and they can drive it. Our plan is always to take away everything around the rim. And with them, if they extend, they'll just blow by us and get layups. So they're going to probably hit some threes. We just can't let them hit 2s and 3s. We got to stop them from getting to the basket, getting to the rim. We got to have a high hand. I mean, we don't want them shooting open 3s by any means, but if we go and guard them, they're just driving by us. They're just physically stronger and quicker than we are. So we're going to try to do a good job, keep them in front of us, try to make sure it's one shot and done. But it's the other end where we got to take care of the basketball, and we got to get good shot attempts at the other end too. So
yeah, absolutely. So what are some keys to a Viking victory?
taking care of the basketball is number one. We must take care of the basketball. If we have 10 or less turnovers in, I think we can stay in the game. We got to be great defensively, getting back in trans. They push the ball hard. We got to build a wall around the paint, keep them in front, and then we got to contest shots and block out. Offensive rebounding for our opponents has been something we haven't done a very good job blocking people out. Some of it's because we're so small, but some of it is we get 4 guys blocking out, 1 guy misses. That's the guy that's always getting the rebound. All 5 guys every time have to block out.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach.
I'm here with Huntington North Lady Vikings.
As we welcome you back here to North Arena, the Viking girls dance team does their routine for the crowd in attendance. And as we look back to Kokomo's last game when they faced the Anderson Indians, Zion Bellamy had 0, Xavion Bellamy had 6, Patrick Hardiman had 1, Carson Rogers had 9, DeAndre Kirby had 9, Shane Spear had 12, and the big man himself, Flory Badunga, put up 32.
Yeah, absolutely. Tonight is going to be, it's going to be a battle, Ryan. Flory Badunga, Flory Badunga has a third of Kokomo's points. 20 points per game, they score 60. That's a third right there. That's insane. That's crazy for one guy to have.
Looking back to the JV game earlier between the Kokomo Wildcats and the Huntington North JV Vikings. For the Wildcats, Buddy Love had 13, and Andrew Baker, the big man, went 9 for 11, shooting for 20 points. For the Vikings, Sam Double had 14 on 5 for 8 field goals, and then Big Blake Sheward had 12 in the third quarter, including a half-court buzzer beater to end off the third quarter. Vikings outscored the Wildcats 24-12 in three-point points. And second chance points, the Kokomo took over there. The size was too much to take on, and the Wildcats JV beats Huntington North 67-46.
I'm going to take you here to the Kokomo versus the Vikings stats from last year. We had Zach Hubbard with 14, Eric Hosser with 3, Ashton Hosser with 3, Will Hoskins with 2, alongside Dylan Trout. And then rounded up, we had Austin Oswald with 7 himself. Moving on to the Wildcats, we had Zion Bellamy with 2, Reese Beard with 3, Xavion Bellamy with 5, Patrick Hardiman with 4, Shane Spear with 11, and then Flory Badunga with that game high with 18, for a total of 43-32 against the Vikings. One major factor in that game, it was not the points off turnovers or the second chance points. It was how well they shot. The Vikings shot 26% from from field goals, which is not good. Straight up, it's just not good. It's hard to win a ball game when you're making less than 1 out of 3 shots. Considering Kokomo was making, in the whole game, it was roughly 45%. You can't do much against that. It's very tough against them.
The next matchup the Vikings will face is the Homestead Spartans at Columbia City High School, just off of State Road 9. Last time the Vikings met off against Homestead was at Homestead's new arena. Vikings lost that one 53-14. As we get ready here in North Arena, the teams come out for their final warm-ups. The Kokomo Wildcats, the Huntington North Vikings. It doesn't get much better than this.
I'm going to look at the stats from a couple days ago as the Huntington North Vikings took on the Marion Giants. We had Ethan Hubbard with 7, Eric Hosser with an outstanding game, 10 points, 14 assists, and 9 total rebounds. Then we had Ethan Zahn with 2, Tyler Carr with 6, Zach Nash with putting up 12 himself alongside Ashton Chowski. And then we had Levi McElhaney playing a heck of a game with 16 points. And then moving on to the Marion Giants, we had Janian Smith with 2. We had Jamin Townsend with 11, Jamian Faust with 5, Marquise Bledsoe, with 2, Latusi Jackson with 6, and then Amar Rogers with 10 himself. And then rounded up, we had Donovan Betts with 31 on the night, a season high for him. 67-65 is the final score on that. Obviously, it's such a tight game. You can't narrow it down to what caused the Giants to win and what caused the Vikings to lose. Frankly, when you can look at it, is the Giants shot it more and they shot it better. That's all it is right there. The Vikings were 25 to 45 for 45 in total field goals, and then the Giants were 22 for 50 on that. However, they had 9 3-pointers compared to the Vikings' 7 3-pointers. So that's definitely something against that. And then we have Matt Painter here in the house tonight in the northeast corner. If you're looking on screen, Huntington North Media, if you want to find that online, you can do that. We have Matt Painter, the head coach of the Purdue Boilers.
Matt Painter, as Max has said, is in attendance here. Last time he made his way to Huntington North Arena was to watch his freshman guard Fletcher Lawyer play. And might I say that the Purdue Boilermakers, under the head coach of Matt Painter, are on a tear this season, going 24-4.
Absolutely. I'm going to take a look at Flory Badunga tonight as he's just currently right here. I'm going to take it off to how much national anthem it is. It's going to be that soon. But he does have a ton of offers. He has Auburn, Butler, Cincinnati, Indiana, Michigan, Michigan State, and Peru. College is 2 years away for him. It looks like, I believe we have a student singing tonight is what I have heard. I definitely could be wrong on that.
We're going to send you to the national anthem here, played by the band and sung by a student.
And the Wildkats basketball team to Bob Springboard at North Arena for tonight's game. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please stand as you are able and remove your caps. Veterans and active duty service members may leave their caps on while rendering the military salute as we honor America with our national anthem. Tonight's national anthem will be performed by Huntington North senior Emma Shenafield.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight glass gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bumpers singing, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say not that star-spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let's bring it back.
And we bring you back, like I said earlier, I'm Max Rohrbach here alongside Ryan Pate tonight, the bingo man.
As we get ready for this one, the introductions, this will be the most exciting game of the year.
Darn near.
Darn near. For the Wildcats, obviously, the man we've been talking about all night. You ought to figured it by now. Flory Badunga is going to be a starter.
Yeah. And the stats are not far off from it. First, we have at number 3, Xavion Bellamy.
Wearing jersey number 15.
He is a 5'8" junior guard. Next up, we have number 15, Patrick Hardman, a 6'4" senior guard forward. Next up, 21. 21 is Carson Rogers, a 6'5" junior forward. Next up, we have 35, Shane Spear, the 6'2" senior guard in his all navy blue with the red stripes. Next up, number 40, Flory Badunga is in the house, the 6'10" junior post. Caleb Royce is getting the crowd hyped tonight. It is a full and packed house tonight. Let's see what the Vikings can do here, Ryan.
The camera flashlights are out. The lights are off. The Vikings are ready to be introduced. There's no better feeling than Bob Straight Court on a Friday night.
No, there is not. First up, we have number 4, Eric Hostler in his all-white jersey, all-white shorts, red stripes down the side, red numbers, and red letters for that. He's looking jacked out here tonight. The senior night for what is going on tonight. Next up, we have a 5'8" sophomore guard, Ethan Zahn, number 5. Next up, a 6'2" senior, Tyler Carr. And then number 4 for the Vikings, we have number 11, the 6'2" junior guard, Zach Nash. Rounded up for the Vikings, number 33, the 6'4" post, Levi McElhaney. Ladies and gentlemen, it is hype tonight here in North Arena. We have 4 seniors out tonight. Eric Hostler, Levi McElhaney, Tyler Carr, 3 seniors out tonight.
And as Max has said, it's exciting. The seniors have their moment. One last game here at Huntington North for now, as they will go up and face Homestead at Columbia City High School on February 28th. As we get ready to toss it up, McElhaney for the Vikes, Badunga for the Cats. The Cats win it, and here comes number 3, Xavion Bellamy with the ball down the court. 21 gets it over to number 15, Patrick Hardman for 3, no good. Badunga gets the rebound, drives down low, throws down his first dunk of the night. And Badunga is already off, leading the Cats to the first dunk of the evening. And here comes Hostler for the Vikings. Hostler finds Zahn on the wing. Zahn kicks it over to Nash at the top of the key, back over to Hostler on the wing. As he gets down to the block, he brings it back up. They find Zahn, fakes the deep 3, gets it over to Nash on the wing. Down low to McElhaney, who's guarded by Badunga. Nash gets it back, looking for somebody. Takes a little step back, doesn't find a shot, gets it to Hostler up top. Over to Zahn on the wing for 3. No good. Fight for the rebound, but Badunga comes down with it, and he kicks it over to Bellamy. Over to Shane Spear on the wing. He's a sharpshooter. To Bellamy in the corner. Back up top to number 21, Carson Rogers. Gets it all the way to Hardiman. Shane Spear on the wing for 3. Bingo. As I said earlier,
good.
Sharpshooter.
Shane Spear is definitely one of the better shooters. 34%, 27 for 80 from behind the arc.
As here comes Hostler. He finds Zahn in the wing for 3. He pump fakes, doesn't take anything. Gets it down low, gets stolen by Badunga, and he's on the fast break. And he shows off the handles, but decides not to keep going. They get it to Hardiman, over to Spear again on the wing. Down in the corner to Bellamy for 3, no good. As Zahn comes up with the rebound. 5-0's your score, about a minute and a half into this one. As here comes Hostler with the ball for the Vikings. Hostler kicks it to Carr, back to Nash. Down low to Carr, the big lefty. As he finds McElhaney at the top, to Hostler, back over to Zahn on the wing. Vikings having great ball movement so far. As Tyler Carr gets it, does a little jab step, tries to find some space, throws one off the glass. Badunga comes down with it. He gets it over to Bellamy. Badunga gets it over. It gets into the hands of Patrick Hardiman. No good. Fight for the ball. Carson Rogers throws it off the feet of Tyler Carr, but the Vikes regain possession, and Hostler brings it up to court.
Great ball movement from the Vikings and a great board by the Kokomo Wildcats, but just unable to come up with that.
As Hostler drives in, couldn't find anybody, kicks it to Carr, hands one off to McElhaney. McElhaney will end up with the ball again, over to Zahn on the wing. Great defense here as they set a slip screen for Hostler, misses, but McElhaney fights for the board. Vikes showing some fight early in this one. Not afraid to fight it down low. Hostler for 3, no good. Tyler Carr jumps up there and tries to smack it out of the hands of Badunga. Foul on number 10, Tyler Carr. first of the evening.
A great foul by Tyler Carr there against the 6'10 junior Flory Badunga there. You know, you have to do what you have to do, honestly. And you can't do much against a 6'10 post against a 6'2 guard.
As Chipchowski and McElhaney look to double team Badunga, he sets a screen for Bellamy, tries to get down low, making some movements. Shane Spear misses the 3-shot. Zahn gets the O-board, or D-board, excuse me, and they'll give it to Hostler to make his way up the court. The Vikings looking to run a 2-3 zone right now, sending everybody to Badunga when the ball gets in that area. And McElhaney has it, kicks it over to Zahn. McElhaney flashes low. They kick it back out to Nash.
Great ball movement from the Vikings here, setting a double screen on Badunga to get a man open down low.
Chipchowski with the ball. He goes back to Hostler, to McElhaney on the wing. Back over to Hostler, guarded by Shane Spear. Does a little jab step, can't get by him. Hostler drives baseline, goes up, gets pinned off the backboard by Badunga, and he's on the fast break again. Kicks it over to Hardiman, to Rogers. Back to Hardiman in the corner. Up top to Carson Rogers, but he tips it and saves it. Xavion Bellamy, excuse me. They throw it back and forth between him and Hardiman. Down low to Shane Spear, to Carson Rogers in the corner, doing a little pump fake. Back up top to Xavion Bellamy for 3, no good. The 6'5 Carson Rogers comes up with that one. As Badunga sets a screen for Xavion Bellamy, into the corner for Carson Rogers, 3, bingo!
That one is good. Fantastic ball. In a steal by number 3, Xavion Bellamy. Looks like we're gonna have 35 Shane Spear with that, in a timeout from the Vikings. 10-0 is your score. Wildcats lead. Full timeout from Mr. Craig Teagle.
We're about 5 minutes into this one. 10-0 your score. Vikings getting off shots, taking good looks. Just can't seem to get anything to drop.
Yeah, it's tough against a 6'10 post, like I have mentioned many times tonight, and I probably will some more tonight. It's not very often when you get a 6'10 junior #1 prospect in Indiana and you get a broadcast about him. Does not happen very often for anybody, frankly. That's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
The Vikings looking to regroup in the huddle. The Wildcats looking to keep doing what they're doing, altering shots, getting offensive rebounds. You know, Badunga just drawing open guys. When you look to double team him, that always leaves one man open. And so far, the Wildcats have capitalized on that open man.
The Vikings going to come out with Ethan Zahn, Zach Nash, Asher Chipchowski, Levi McElhaney, and number 4, Eric Hostler. Kokomo Wildcats come out with Flory Badunga, Carson Rogers, Shane Spear, Patrick Hardiman, and Xavion Bellamy.
This looks like Hostler will pass this one, and he finds Nash. Back to Hostler. Hostler guarded by Shane Spear. Here comes Patrick Hardiman. And the Vikings get called on a backcourt. Tough one there. You know, Nash just trying to make a play to keep the ball in the possession of the Vikings.
A very close call by the Stripes there. It's something that you can't just call regularly, because that's just a very tough call, and the Vikings just made a simple mistake. As number 3, Xavion Bellamy drives. No good on that. Foul on Badunga for the D-board on that. First foul of the night for Badunga.
The Vikings triple teaming Badunga under the hoop, not trying to let him touch the ball at all tonight.
Definitely a smart move from the Vikings.
The Vikings coming out with a vengeance, not wanting Badunga to get much tonight. A lot of people here just to see Badunga, but they don't want that. The Vikings want them to be the center of attention here. It's their last game of the season, probably here at Bob Strait Court. Fight for the ball down low. Out on Carson Rogers, who runs into the Kokomo cheerleaders.
Eric Hostler takes the inbounds pass. Pass it off to what looks to be Asher Chipchowski. Finds Nash.
Nash for 3. Bingo! The Cats Wildcats on another fast break. After the make for Nash, they just get right back on it. No time for the Vikes to set up any defenses. As they kick it over to Carson Rogers for three. No good. Fight for the rebound. Hardiman comes up with it. Gets fouled and also blocked by the backboard.
I think he got blocked by the backboard because of the hard foul, Ryan.
Never know. I get blocked by the backboard all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm playing one-on-one. And it ain't by my opponent.
Looks like we're going to have Patrick Hardman at the line shooting two.
First one rolls around but falls. 11 threes your score. 2 minutes, 2 seconds.
A 70% free throw shooter, 33 for 47 on the season.
Here comes the second. No good. Fight for the rebound. Rogers tips it, but Nash gets it. And here comes Hostler. As they find Nash on the wing, trying to look around, see who's out there. Up to Hubbard, back over to Hostler. He kicks it down low to Chipchowski, who goes up on the big man himself. Chipchowski cutting down the big man.
11-5 to score, minute 30 left to play in the first.
Shane Spear, they're passing it around. Hardman gets it on the wing for three, drills it. Not much you can do when you're trying to triple team one guy.
Yeah.
But here come the Vikings, who have seemed to find a rhythm here with their new style. Flashing down low, kicking it out. Smarter three-point looks as Hostler drives. Can't find anybody. Kicks it out to Chipchowski again. We know what happens when he gets it down low. Goes up on the big man. As Nash has it, kicks it over to Hostler. Hubbard gets it for three on the wing. No good. But Chipchowski gets the board and goes up again down low. Chipchowski doing it all.
Looks like we're going to have number 35, Shane Spear, take that one out.
As McElhaney gets the rebound. Hostler will bring it up.
Looks like Hostler's going to take it down the court. Eventually ends up in the hands of Nash.
Chipchowski gets it again. They're mad at him. He's taking it down low on the 6'5" and 6'10" guys. He's letting them know. As here comes Hostler with the ball. 5 seconds left. He pulls a midi. No good, but Dunga gets it. Pulls a half quarter.
No good on that, and that one is bricked on that. Ryan and I are going to send you to a short little break here, and we will be right back really quick here.
To some, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much, but that's not true. They're testing out vowels and consonants and trying different sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on meaning, especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Learn more at autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
And we bring you back here at Bob Strait Court, North Arena. 14-7 is your score. Wildcats lead on that. Asher Chipchowski is doing a great job tonight. I believe he has 2 boards, 4 points on that.
He is doing the dirty work down low and letting Padunga know he has no fear. These gentlemen will face off again next year at Kokomo.
Yeah.
14-7. 8 minutes left in the first half. 3 fouls total. So not a boring game. We're not seeing just a bunch of charity stripe shots. We're seeing it all.
Yeah, we are actually. It seems to be a very kind of a slower game tonight, as I know that is Craig Teagle, what he's trying to do, keep the score low. If the Kokomo Wildcats get into the 60s and 70s, it's probably not going to come out in the Vikings' favor.
As Wesley Huff, Ethan Hubbard, Ashton Hostler, Chipchowski, and McElhaney are in, and Chipchowski decides just to float one up off the front of the iron and let it roll itself in.
It's working already.
Shane Spear gets a pass from Xavion Bellamy over to Hardman, back over to Bellamy. Back up to Shane Spear. Into the corner for number 23, DeAndre Kirby. As Hardiman gets it, he drives straight to the rim, lays one in off the glass. Hostler gets it back off the inbound pass he gave to Wesley Huff. Here comes Hostler. He finds Buff Huff. Back over to Hostler. He makes his move. Loses possession, but he regains it. Chipchowski gets it again, guarded by Kirby. Huff gets it, guarded by Hardiman. Hubbard gets it. Back over to Hostler. He takes a deep three. Bingo!
And the Vikings are back in the ballgame. 16-12 is the score. Minute 20 have retired in this second quarter.
As Bellamy just gets right down low and tosses one off the glass. The Vikes showing no fear. Here comes Hostler. Hostler finds Huff. He loses it, but regains it. He is guarded by Hardiman. Kind of an unfair matchup for the young man himself, but, you know, we got to work with it. Here comes Hostler with the dribble. Loses it. Bounces one over to McElhaney. Over to Hubbard. Hubbard drives down low. Goes off. But there's Chipchowski!
Chipchowski with 10 on the night.
Chipchowski finding that ball. He throws it back up. Badunga swats out.
Badunga's octopus arms are no match for Chipchowski's handles and his great work on there. And a no charge call on Flory Badunga as he slams one down. Stripes are, Craig Teagle are not liking the stripes call as John Peckinpah is ripping one to number 23, DeAndre Kirby.
As Badunga essentially just used his frame, bumped him. Teagle wanted a charge, and then he rose to the skies. And then when he came back down, he slammed it home for two. Not much else you can say besides he's that guy.
Yeah, he is that guy, but this is high school ball. I'm not taking anything away from Flory Badunga, but this is high school ball. I'm really interested to see how he does in college ball, because obviously he has over seven D1 colleges looking at him.
As Zahn throws it up to Huff, back over to Zahn. Hostler finally gets his breather he's earned. Zahn looking, finds Nash. Nash is on the move. Nash dash, 100-yard dash. Nash gets it back after the pass to Carr. They find Zahn on the corner. Carr running around Badunga, using those track and cross-country skills very well tonight. As Nash gets it back from the pass from Chipchowski. Huff gets it on the wing. Down low to Chipchowski. Bad day when the Kokomo sees Chipchowski with the ball so far.
Yeah.
Nash kicks it over to Buff Huff on the wing. He drives to the free throw line. Back into Zahn for the corner. Oh, these pump fakes are getting me going. Nash gets it down low, throws up the floater.
20-16 is the score. 3 minutes and 15 seconds have retired at this second quarter.
Kirby gets it in the corner, kicks it up to Xavion Bellamy. To Hardiman in the corner. He drives, throws a baseline, gets it to Bellamy at the top of the key. And he runs in, throws an ugly shot up. Maybe a foul there, maybe not. But hey, Vikes get the ball back. Here comes Nash. Oh, never mind. It goes to Zahn. Ethan Zahn, the sophomore shooter. When he gets hot, it's a bad day to be a defense.
Yes, it is.
As Nash gets it, he finds Buff Huff, the menace. Chipchowski gets it. Oh, he wanted to shoot the three. Back over to Carr. Carr looking for somebody. Gets it up to Zahn at the logo. No foul so far in the second quarter. Keeping the game moving for the fans in attendance tonight. And there's Nash. Oh, man, these pump fakes are getting me every time.
Yes, they are. 12 minutes have retired. Nash for three. Nash is cashed tonight. 20-19 is the score.
The Vikes are rolling. As Rogers kicks it to Hardiman, back to Rogers. He gets down low, throws an ugly one up. Oh, the lucky shooters roll. These cats. Here comes on.
Zahn taking it down, back to Nash. The buff huff. Whoa. Takes a pump fake, no good on that.
Nash gets it back at the top, at the logo. He is guarded by Rogers. Carr gets it. Carr kicks it over to Nash. The hot hand. Oh, but he doesn't take it.
And a foul called on Xavier Bellamy, a reaching foul on that. Wildcats second on the night so far, second in the first half. 4 fouls in total on the night. A very low foul game tonight.
As Eric Hostler makes his way back into the Vikes lineup for Wesley Huff. Here comes Zahn with the ball after the inbound from Eric Hostler. Making some moves. Carr gets it back. Kicks it over to Zahn. He's guarded by Bellamy, who just picked up his first foul of the night. Hostler has it. Finds Chipchowski. Back over to Carr, over to Hostler, who's making Shane Spear spin cycle. Oh, Chipchowski goes up and under, sends Carson Rogers into the crowd, but he's okay. Hopefully the fans are. Might get an interview with them later.
The fans are baffled at what just happened, considering they are middle schoolers there. They don't know what to say right now.
They just had a 6'5" sophomore in their laps. Carson Rogers checks out. Patrick Hardiman checks in. Levi McElhaney checks back in for the Vikings. And there goes Tyler Carr himself.
Chipchowski, a 60% free throw shooter.
Misses one, makes one.
16 for 27.
22-20 Wildcats is your score. Bellamy gets it to Kirby. Back up to Bellamy. Over to Hardiman to Shane Spear. Bellamy gets it, kicks it back out to Kirby. A lot of really good ball movement here for the Cats. They get it back to Bellamy in the corner for 3. Bingo!
That one is good. 25-20 is your score tonight.
The full court press right now by the Wildcats. We've seen the Vikings struggle against it all year, but right now the Vikings are on a roll since they implemented the press. The pass and cuts by the Vikings right now are throwing the Cats defenders all over the place. Timeout, called by Coach Craig Teagle.
Great defense and great offense by the Vikings. Great ball movement, good work from the Vikings.
And we're going to send you to a short little break here while we're in a timeout.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back here to North Arena. Hostler inbounds it to Zahn. Zahn throws it back to Hostler, back to Zahn. Little ball movement there. They kick it to McElhaney, over to Hostler. Kicks one to Nash. He saves it. And to Grandma with her
Coke and ice cream.
With her Coke and ice cream. That could have been a catastrophe.
It was darn near close. As they steal from the Cats, and number 15, Patrick Hardman puts it up. Rebound goes to Badunga and puts that one right back up.
All righty. 27-20. Minute, 15 seconds left. Here comes Hostler. Full court lob almost to Nash. Oh, my Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, that was terrifying. Badunga was from about 5 feet away, rises up, blocks Zach Nash's shot.
Badunga's huge. Badunga is huge. 5 feet away and still managed to get the block on a floater. On a floater from Nash.
Vikings do regain the possession on a bad pass. Here comes McElhaney, gets the ball. Nash gets it to Hubbard. Back down low to Nash. He drives in on the big man, kicks it out to Carr. Back over to Hostler. Hostler kicks it to Hubbard, over to Carr in the corner. Carr gets called on the boogie, and he will have to give that one up to the Cats.
27-20 is the score, 44.5 seconds left to play. Sipchowski subbing in for McElhaney.
Hardiman will inbound for the Cats. Here comes Xavier Bellamy over to Hardiman. To DeAndre Kirby. Cross court to Shane Spear. Screen set by Badunga. Badunga gets a matchup down low he's enjoying. He goes up, but it's fought off by Asher Chipchowski. Oh my Lord. Chipchowski right now, MVP of the state of Indiana.
He is a player.
Nobody's been able to stop Badunga through 20-plus games this season. He comes to Bob straight court, and Asher Chipchowski just says, not in my house. Altering shots, putting up shots, doing it all right now for the Cats.
Backcourt violation on the Vikings. 9 seconds left to play. If the Cats hit a 3 here, that's a 10-point deficit from the Vikings. 5 seconds to play. It looks like we have 15. Hardiman in the corner. Back to Bellamy. Bellamy for 3. That one is no good. D-board goes to Carr.
We hit halftime.
27-20 is the score. Ryan and I are going to send you to a short little break as we are waiting on some stats to come out. You're listening to 91.9
again. Here's that song again. For the 100th time today, here's that song again. It's gonna be stuck in your head all day. Here's that song again. It will make you cray, cray.
You love your kids enough to watch that TV show a bajillion times. Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat for their age and size. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Ugh! I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real?
Never completely ready to adopt a teen.
For late nights writing English papers.
For your teen's music taste.
For dinners where they talk more on their phone than with you.
For the first time, they call you mom.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen, and you can't imagine the reward.
To learn more about adopting a teen, visit adoptuskids.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Never completely ready to adopt a teen.
For late nights writing English papers.
For your teen's music taste.
For dinners where they talk more on their phone than with you.
For the first time, they call you mom.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen, and you can't imagine the reward.
To learn more about adopting a teen, visit adoptuskids.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
And I bring you back. I'm Max Rohrbach alongside Ryan Pate here tonight. I have some halftime stats for you. I'm going to start with Kokomo here. We have Xavier Bellamy with 5. Alongside Carson Rogers and Shane Spear, we have Floyd Badunga with Patrick Hardiman with 6 apiece themselves. 27 for that total. Bringing it up to the Vikings, we have Eric Costa with 3. Zach Nash with 8. Asher Chipchowski with 9 on that, for a total of 20 points from there. 27-20 is the final at halftime here. There's not really any big like altering possessions or like game altering stats that you can see here. One of them could be the points off turnover, as Kokomo has 6 of those, or the second chance points with Kokomo has 8, compared to Huntington North's only 4 on that. So that's definitely something that you can look into.
As Max has been saying, like, it's not a blowout like everybody here expected. Everybody who really showed up expected Floyd Badunga to come in, do his thing and dominate as he excels. But guys like Chipchowski, McElhaney, Carr, Hostler, essentially everybody who's checked in for the Vikes tonight has had a hand in stopping Badunga. Jayon Harrell predicted this one to close out at 61-37. While there's a chance, it's not looking right for Mr. Harrell tonight.
And that's something that you love to see. The Vikings have played a great first half tonight. And honestly, you have to give it to them. I'm going to compare this game to the Marion game. The Marion game was a great game by both the Vikings and Kokomo.
For the Vikings right now, watching them be able to stop Badunga and also capitalize when they have the ball. And for guys like Chipchowski, who hasn't really been an all-star all year long on the varsity squad, he's come out tonight and he's drove on Badunga. He's finished down low. He has just excelled when he gets it in his hands.
Absolutely. Chipchowski has been doing a great work tonight. Fantastic.
We're going to send you to a short little break here, and then we'll be back.
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth.
Step out of the car, please.
I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Man, I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much, I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home.
And we bring you back, like I said earlier, I'm Max Rohrbach alongside Ryan Pate tonight.
I open
here at
the
Bob
window
Strait
to
Court
stay
in
alert.
North Arena as the Kokomo Wildkats take on the Huntington North
Step
Vikings.
out of the car, please.
27-20 is the score. Kokomo leads this ball game.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving.
on the road
if you see a
and
warning
watching,
sign, stop
I
and
would
call a
recommend
cab,
it.
a car,
We got a
or
radio
friend.
station,
Buzzed
91.9
driving is drunk
WVSH.
driving. A message brought to you
Viking
by
Radio,
NHTSA and the Ad
also known
Council.
as Huntington's Most Variety, getting it done.
Yes, sir. If you would like to check us out on the live stream, you can join that at huntingtonnorthmedia.com. There's also a couple podcasts on there. Life of an Athlete is one of them that I know of. I know a few other ones from the radio class taught by Mr. Ullman is out there tonight. I'm gonna take a few minutes to thank a couple of our sponsors, one of which being Hartberg Roth, Garrett Halverstedt, and Garrett Law. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Hartberg Roth, Garrett Halverstedt, and Garrett Law, with offices in Huntington, Roanoke, and Warren. The attorneys at HRG Law provide a full range of legal services to the Huntington community. More information can be found by visiting www.hrglaw or by calling 260-356-4100. Thank you, HRG Law, for your support of our businesses.
As we get ready for the third quarter. Cats are warming up. Vikes are warming up. You know, it'll be a good game.
I have a feeling this game can go either way, Vikings or Kokomo. Right now, if the Vikings come out strong, put up a 3, put up a 2 by Chipchowski, preferably against Badunga, that's going to get the student section hype. That's going to get Coach Teagle hype. That's going to get the arena hype. Frankly, that's what needs to happen. 27 to 25 is what your score needs to be within 2 minutes of the third quarter. And the Vikings have a great opportunity to come out on top of this ballgame.
You can't really tell on the live stream how packed Bob Strait Court is.
No, you cannot. On the bottom part of your screen, you can barely see the fans on that, but then you can look across and you can see the Kokomo side with Huntington North dabbled a little bit in there on that.
They travel well. Watching the JV finish up when Blake Sheward hit a half-court three for a JV game, it was packed.
Yeah.
Blake Sheward hits that three, that half-court three to buzzer beats the third quarter, and this place erupted. Whether you were a Kokomo fan, a Huntington North fan, maybe you're from Canada and just wanted to come watch an Indiana high school basketball game.
Yeah.
It was insane in here.
It was 50 seconds until we get started off tonight into the second half.
Vikes are ready.
The Vikings are ready. The Wildcats are ready. Let's see who's going to come out tonight. I have a feeling it's just going to be the starters that we had at tip-off.
Another big thank you here from the broadcast team to Emma Shenefield for performing the national anthem here tonight for senior night.
Last year, Jacob Doherty took on that role. The senior basketball player. Looks like the Vikings going to come out with Eric Hostler, Nash, McElhaney, Carr, and Ethan Zahn. Wildcats looks like they're going to come out with most likely Flory Badunga, Xavion Bellamy, Patrick Hardiman, Carson Rogers, and Shane Spear. And I believe that is spot on.
We're ready. The refs are ready. The student section's alive. The fans, not so much. Hasn't really got anything going yet. Oh, never mind. And we're ready. Xavion Bellamy brings the ball up the court. A fast-paced offense right now for the Cats. Bellamy gets it. They're trying to move it around so Badunga can do something for the team. Shane Spear fakes a three. Here comes. Oh, sorry. Oh, Bellamy gets it again. Badunga, no good, but Rogers gets the offensive rebound and lays one in.
Little confusion on the court there as Eric Hostler puts the inbound pass to Carr back to Hostler.
Hostler guarded by Shane Spear on the way up the court, finds Nash, the hot-handed shooter. Hostler gets it back from Nash. Gives it to Carr, who's guarded by Carson Rogers. Leave that Zach Nash in the corner, back down low to Carr. That big lefty. Ooh, the spin move. Gets called on the boogie again.
That's Carr's second turnover on the night. The Vikings have had 7 on the night, 6 in the first half, 1 on here, as well as the Wildcats with 7 themselves.
As Badunga looking to find something, just everybody all on him.
Looks like we have the Kokomo Wildcats coach is not loving it tonight from the Vikings. That from the Wildcats, that is John Peckinpah.
Patrick Hardiman drives baseline and then whoop, drops it. Throws that one out of bounds. Hostler looking around, finds Carr to McElhaney. To Hostler. He'll make his way up the court. He's guarded by Spear. Finds Zahn on the wing. Zahn gets down low, throws up a floater.
And that one is good from Zahn as we have Bellamy hustling and bustling down to the bottom of the key.
The Cats trying to pick up fast pace so they can't set up their 2 defenders on Badunga. As they get it down low to Carson Rogers, he lays one in and one.
And that one is good. Foul on Tyler Carr. I believe his second or third of the night. Second on the night. Looks like Chupchowski is going to check in for Carr.
This will bring Chupchowski into the game.
Chupchowski checking in.
Chupchowski is going to check in for Carr. 32 for 10. 31 to 22 is your score. 6:12 left to play in the third quarter. His first one's up, and that one is good to complete the 3-point play.
Hostler passes in to Zahn. Back to Hostler. Probably going to go back to, oh, called it.
Back to Zahn playing a little bit of hot potato. It's a Nash. Badunga wants that one. Chipchowski down low. And a foul on Bellamy.
I believe that is Bellamy's second, maybe going on his third.
I believe just the second. First of the night.
Oh.
Both of us were incorrect on that.
Foul on number 32. There is no 32 for the Cats. Carson Rogers gets sent into the Huntington North coaching staff, but there's Big Hustler.
Hustler for a huge three to shrink the lead from 9 to 6 on that.
Foul on the Vikes. Little cheap one, but you know, I just sit on the radio. I don't do no reffing. I umpired 8U baseball, and that was the end of my reffing career.
Kokomo Wildcats turn the ball over. Rebound goes to Chipchowski.
As Zahn will get it back to Hostler, and the Vikes will set up their play. Hostler just drives, kicks it to Chipchowski, loses it. He goes up, loses that battle with Badunga. That one was, as they say, mean.
That was hideous is what it was, Ryan. A huge block from Badunga. 32-25 is your score. 5:30 left to play.
I have those types of blocks when I play 8-year-olds in the driveway.
I'm pretty sure everyone does on that, Ryan. Chipchowski puts up a floater, and that one is no good. Rebound to Badunga.
Bellamy brings it up the court, throws it to Carson Rogers. He drives down low, and I don't know what happened, but...
Tussle between McElhaney and Badunga.
Badunga's on the ground. McElhaney's on the ground. Carson Rogers flying through the air. Fans are irate. Student section's irate.
They call it on Zach Nash.
Zach Nash. He's a good cat. I like him. The fans are irate here at Bob Strait Court.
They are not agreeing with the call from there, as Badunga was being very, very aggressive. So was McElhaney on the other hand on that. Spear in the corner for three. That one is good. 35-25 is your score.
Shane Spear drills that three-pointer. As here comes Hostler bringing the ball up the court. Gives it back over to Zahn. Up to Chipchowski. Tries to get it to Hostler, but they lose it.
Stolen from Hardeman. Back out to Spear. Spear for three. That one is good as well.
Some sort of foul going on the court. I believe it is on McElhaney again. That's his third of the evening. The Kokomo fans ecstatic. Huntington North still irate after the last call, but Bellamy will pass it in. 38-25 is your score. 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Badunga kicks it over to Rogers. Down to Spear in the corner. Down low to Badunga. And he throws one down on McElhaney. Frame it. Put it on your wall. That's a poster.
Yes, it is. Timeout, Craig Teagle. That is a half. 30-second timeout. 40-25 is your score. Kokomo Wildcat fans loving it. Huntington North Viking fans, on the other hand, not loving it. Is a brutal call. Brutal dunk, brutal call from McElhaney on that. McElhaney with 4 fouls on the night. Should have 2. Frankly, should have 2.
While we have a timeout break, we're going to think another... Never mind, it's go time. No time for me to thank anybody. We'll get back to them as we get ready.
Can never leave out our sponsors.
Big thanks to the sponsors again. We'll get back. We'll read them off. We'll let them know we love them.
Badunga shooting his one for the three-point play. That one is up. That one is no good. Rebound goes to Rogers.
Gets it back up to Bellamy, over to Shane Spear, into the corner for Pardaman. Oh, wow, that was terrible. And Badunga goes up and looks like MJ. Might have been a foul there. Looks like somebody got thrown on the ground by Badunga. But, hey, what do you know? He's back. Down low to Carr. Carr lays one in. Real fast-paced offense for the Vikes.
Good work. Great ball movement. Great court vision from Hostler to get that ball down low to Carr.
Over in the
Spear
corner
for three.
Spear.
No good.
Carr gets the rebound. They're going to run it fast. Try to get it. Oh, Nash was wide open. Not anymore. He's guarded by Rogers now. But Hostler gets it to Zahn, to Nash. Everybody behind Nash. Nope, now they're in front. There goes Hostler. Back over to Nash. He drives, kicks it down low to Carr. Gets people jumping. To Zahn in the corner for three. No good. But a fight for the boards. Oh my, Chipchowski almost tipped one in. I don't even know how.
Great work by Chipchowski against Badunga on that. Chipchowski having a heck of a night. 11 points on the night, 4 rebounds against the 6'10 post.
As Badunga's trying to make things happen down low, Carson Rogers drives in, tosses one off the glass. Timeout called on the court.
Beautiful time to thank our sponsors tonight.
We'd like to thank Bippa State Bank. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Bippa State Bank. With 4 locations, including 2 branches in Huntington, 1 in North Manchester, and a branch in Roanoke, Bippa State Bank is an independent community bank. Thank you, Bippa State Bank, for your continued support of our broadcast. We'd also like to thank First Federal Savings Bank. Today's broadcast is brought to you by First Federal Savings Bank. With 3 locations in Huntington, a branch in Warsaw, and 2 branches in Fort Wayne, First Federal has been serving individuals and businesses in northeastern Indiana for more than a century. Thank you, First Federal Bank, for your continued support of our broadcast.
The Vikings are having a little bit of a tough night, trailing by 17.
Here comes Hustler. He's got it. Tries to kick it down low. Stolen by Xavion Bellamy.
Turnover on the Vikings.
They lob one up to Badunga, and he kind of just tosses it in. Nothing too exciting there. You know, keeping the fans happy, though.
Yeah.
Badunga, 8 rebounds tonight. Here comes Hubbard. He tosses one.
To Sam Double.
To Sam Double.
Down low to Chipchowski. Back up top to Nash.
Hostler gets it. Back to Double. To Nash. Hubbard gets it over to Hostler. He flashes down. Kicks it over to Nash. Drives. Kicks it over to Hostler at the top of the key for 3. That was, as the kids say, airy.
Yes, it was right there. We have Rogers down low, back up to Hardman, down low towards the basket on that. Puts up a 2, 48-27 to score. Vikings trail by 21.
Slowly falling apart for the Vikings right now. But you know what? This team's shown grit all night. They've stopped Badunga. They just got to keep that up. Nash gets it back up top over to Hostler. Down to Chipchowski, over to Hubbard, and he threw one right into the hand of Mr. Badunga.
Back to Double. Chipchowski regains possession. Sorry.
Hostler has it. Kicks one over to Nash. The Cats looking like they're playing a 3-2 zone, or 2-3 zone. The lob to Badunga.
I'm speechless, I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know where Shane Spear threw that from. I don't know where Badunga jumped from, but
half court and probably half court on that again.
It was like watching an angel make its descent from the heavens.
You can even
and throw it down.
Relatable to a microwave turning on the inside like that. That's insane.
We'd like to take a second to also thank Dylan Palmer and Charlie Zahner for running the cameras tonight. And one of our last sponsors of the evening, Z Place Pizza. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Z Place Pizza, located on Warren Street, downtown Huntington. Z Place has been serving pizza, subs, and roasted chicken since 1969. Now, online ordering is available at www.ilovezplace.com. Thank you, Z Place, for your continued support of WVSH.
I don't even know what to say, Ryan. I don't even know what to say.
We're at a loss. These last 6 minutes are in comparison to the entire Homestead game.
Yeah, frankly, yes.
Where you just...
Not as many dunks, but the Vikings seem to be falling apart.
The train is off the tracks right now. And conductor Craig Teagle is the only one that can put it back on. As Hostler throws it in to Nash, back to Hostler. No.
Back to Nash. Nash and Hostler playing a little bit of hot potato. Finds a double.
Gets it to Hubbard. Back to Nash. Back to Hubbard. Down low to Nash. He drives on the big fella. Kicks it to Chupchowski, who throws one up and gets blocked again by Badunga. Shane Spear has it. Gets it over to Bellamy in the corner. No good. Sam Double. Getting the boards. Fighting
for the rock. Foul on number 21, Carson Rogers. Inbounds pass goes to Nash, back to Hostler.
And the Cats looking to press a little bit again like they have been.
Looks like it's going to be a 2-3 zone on the press.
Hostler has it, working his way around the court. Looks, finds Nash.
Looks like the Vikings are going to want the last possession against the Wildcats. Man-to-man defense as they just switched over from the 2-3 zone.
Foul called on somebody. I'm not sure where. I believe it's Patrick Hardiman of the Kokomo Wildcats getting called for a little shove.
20 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
Hostler has it across the midcourt line. Kicks it over to Chupchowski, guarded by Carson Rogers. Oh, never mind. Gets back to the hands of Eric Hostler.
6 to play.
Drives. Goes
Hostler
up
for 2.
Misses. Gets it to Shane Spear, who pulls a deep three after the buzzer. No good, no matter what.
No good on that. 50-27 is your score. Vikings trail by 23 coming into the fourth quarter.
As we will send you to a short little break here.
You're listening to 91.9 WVSH. I'm Max Rohrbach alongside Ryan Pate.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
Ugh, what are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
What are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. It's been a long time since we've had an adventure in the forest.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
You're right. I should get out.
Yeah, the forest is not that far away.
Hey, Mom!
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hey, singing can help you remember things, so here's some tips for parents out there during these tough times.
Number 1.
Make sure your kids wash their hands for 20 seconds after they've coughed or sneezed or been outside.
2.
Virtual play dates. Social and physical distancing can help save lives.
3.
Tell them they're safe and show your love and pride. Yes, we'll get through this together. Find out more at coronavirus.gov. A message from the CDC and the Ad Council.
And we bring you back. I'm Max Rohrbach alongside Ryan Pate. As I have said earlier, we have Patrick Hardiman tossing the inbounds past to Bellany, back to Hardiman, to Kirby.
Over to Shane Spear. Spear drives, kicks it. Oh, the no-look pass to Kirby.
The Kokomo Wildcats are scratching at the Vikings.
That was good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. As Nash gets it back at the midcourt line, throws one to Hubbard. Hubbard kicks one to McElhaney, tries to get it down low, couldn't find him. Shane Spear with the steal. Kirby gets it. Bellamy kicks it into the corner for Hardiman.
Fantastic ball movement. Great pass and cut from the Wildcats. Looks like McElhaney is going to foul out.
The Kokomo fans ecstatic that the menace that's been under Flory's fingernails all night.
I believe that
the fans here at North Arena, it's getting heated and intense. Hardiman has it, kicks it down low to Badunga, and what does he do besides dunk it? I don't know, but that's another one on the evening.
His 7th dunk of the night.
Here comes Hostler and Zahn. They find Hubbard over to Zahn. Over to Hubbard. Down to Zahn.
Zahn down low, taking it to Chowski. Chowski for two, puts that one in. 54-29 is your score.
You know, I said something earlier that John Harrell might not have been right.
He's on track to get it.
He's at a good pace, I'll tell you that. Here comes Kirby. Over to Hardiman. Over to Spear. Back to Hardiman. Oh, never mind.
Spear
Back to
for three. No good. Right into the hands of Badunga. Lands right in his lap.
That one was quite airy. Down to Spear again.
Back up to Hardigan for three. No good on that. Rebound goes to Badunga. Badunga for another dunk. Just a nice little light one on that.
Badunga taunting the Vikings defense, calling them little. Hostler and Zahn passing it around. They get it to Carr, who moves, gets it back up to Hostler. Over to Carr, fakes the three.
5:50 to play.
Kicks it to Hostler and to Zahn into the corner. He pump fakes, steps back on Shane Spear's head. No good. Badunga with the board. Here comes Badunga and Bellamy. Over to Kirby in the corner. Shane Spear gets it in the wing. Over into the corner to Kirby. Down low to Badunga. Throws it off the rim, but you know what? Badunga's just going to grab that one no matter what. To Bellamy for three. Bingo!
That one is good. 59-29 is your score. Vikings trail by a multitude of 30. Wildcats are just hissing at the Vikings at this point.
As the Vikings lose the ball again. Zach Nash will check back in for the Vikings lineup.
Wildcats take it down the court with Bellamy from the inbounds pass from Hardigan. For three is the Wildcats, and that one is good. A roll around on that from Spear.
I believe John Harrell won't be correct again tonight. But somehow he can do things with predictions that if you got to take somebody to Vegas, you might want to give him a call.
As a tip off from the Wildcats on that. Vikings almost turned it over. 4:45 left to play in the fourth.
Vikings.
Carr down low, even lower to Hubbard. Up top to Nash. Nash for three. Deep three from Nash. Nash is cash.
Although the Vikes are down, no reason that we can't still get hype on the radio.
Absolutely.
You know. Oh,
Spear for three. And Spear is hot. Spear loves to trash talk. Let's just say that. We have number 11, Andrew Barker, checking in.
Badunga comes out of nowhere. I don't know if he tried to block it or say hi to the people in the second deck, but he was up there.
Looks like we're going to have Andrew Barker check in alongside what looks to be number 2, Reese Beard. Then I believe number 24 as well, Jace Rail. I believe that is going to be it for the Wildcats. Craig Teagle keeping the semi-starters in.
Here comes Chipchowski, gives it to Hostler. Hostler loses it, and the Cats regain possession.
Vikings and the Wildcats are getting very, very talkative and chippy. And Chippy on the court.
The younger brother, Zion Bellamy, is in. They get it down low to Andrew Barker, and he just muscles his way to the glass like he did the whole JV game.
So take it down to Nash.
I think we need to see a Buff Huff 3 to make it a true senior night, you know, last night of his career here. Oh, and we lost another one.
Turnover goes to Kirby, and another turnover.
Timeout called.
Timeout goes to Coach Craig Teagle.
We're going to send you to one more short break, and then we will be back.
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth.
Step out of the car, please.
I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Let's be honest. The National Symphony may not be in his future, but he wanted to try violin. So you said yes because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more about keeping your kids safe in your...
And we apologize. We had to cut it a little short there as the Wildcats and the Vikings decided they wanted to play a little bit quicker pace of basketball. Hostler takes the inbounds pass from Hubbard back to Hostler. Excuse me, back to Hubbard to Hostler once again.
Hostler has it. Looking around, kicks it to Chipchowski. Back over to Nash. Down low to Chipchowski. To a cutting Nash, stolen by Carson Rogers. Gets it to Kirby. Over to number 1, Zion Bellamy. And to Andrew, not Andrew Barker, I'm sorry. Jace Rail. Missed shot goes in the hands of Hostler. He's guarded by Carson Rogers. And I don't know what happened there, but a ball's out of bounds. You look down at your notes for 1 second, ball goes flying.
That's the game of basketball right there. Looks like we have Blake Sherwood checking in. Looks like Eric Hostler, Zach Nash, Buff Huff, Ethan Hubbard, and Blake Sherwood. Looks like we're going to have number 4. Not sure who number 4 is on that. JV, that would be yes, it is a Davion Young.
A Davion Young in. Nash has it for the Vikes. Gives it over to Sherwood. Back over to Hostler. Gets it down to Nash. Swish-o, Dranko. That one's good. Here comes number 1, Zion Bellamy. Over to Carson Rogers, and he just gets right down low. Gets stripped, though. Strip search. Hostler found the ball. He just runs coast to coast, straight through all 5 defenders, and lays one in. Zion Bellamy drives. Ooh, tough foul. Tough foul to call when you're down low, but hey, foul, I believe it will be on Blake Sherwood. Nope. Ethan Hubbard gets his first of the evening.
It's going to be 1-on-1 with the 7th foul of the night.
You know, we need a Buff Huff 3, and that'll make it a good night.
That one is no good. First on the night from Zion is no good.
Here comes the second from Bellamy. It's up.
That one is good on that. Could have been a goaltending call on that, but no call from the Stripes. 1:30 left to play. Hostler taking it down the court, guarded by number 11, Barker.
Wesley Huff running around. He pulls a 3 at the top of the key. Oh, just misses.
No good on that. Just off misses. The right side of the iron.
Zion Bellamy runs right down the court again. Andrew Barker gets the O board, misses, tip drill, and I think Carson Rogers just got that one tipped in.
Minute left to play. Nash takes it down low, puts up a nice little 2. No good on that one. Guarded by Barker.
As Zion Bellamy has it up the court. He's trying to break Ethan Hubbard's ankles. He gets it over to Carson Rogers. Back over to Bellamy. Back over to Rogers.
Wildcats wanting to dribble this one out. The Vikings not letting them.
And down low to Carson Rogers.
30 to play. 70-36. Looks like it is going to be your final tonight. Wildcats wanting to dribble this one out. Vikings does not want to let them. Almost a backcourt violation. Nope.
A reach-in foul called on number 4.
Eric Haas, and that one's a running clock due to the score.
Nope.
Never mind on that one. 5.6 left to play.
Maybe. There's a chance. There's a chance that we get the ball back and shoot a half quarter.
there's a chance, but Ryan, that is not 34 points. First one is up, and that one is good for the one-on-one.
My math has never been good, so.
That is happens, you know. Looks like Zion's fourth one of the night is going to be up and good. 3 for 4 on the night. Nash to Hostler. Hostler taking it down. Hostler for 3. No good.
As the clock runs out,
And
this
that-
one finishes.
72-36 Asia score. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. I'm Max Orba alongside Ryan Pate. I'm going to send you to a couple short little breaks as we're waiting on the post-game stats. Like I said, 72-36 is your final score. I'd like to thank a special shout-out to the seniors. Tyler Carr, Tyler Toish, Wesley Huff, Ethan Hubbard, Levi McElhaney, Eric Hostler, and Cole McCarver. And I'm going to send you to a break. 91.9 WVSH is the station.
Look out, world, we're getting strong. The future's here and we belong. She can STEM, she can do more. Like build a rocket and watch it soar. Or clean the oceans and make the world a better place. Oh, she can STEM, so can you. Find a cure, invent something new. There's no challenge in the world that she can't face. She can STEM.
Learn more at She Can STEM. A message brought to you by the Ad Council.
Right now, we all might feel a little disconnected. For seniors living alone with smaller social circles, feelings of loneliness and isolation can feel overwhelming. But there's something we can all do to help. Connect with your older loved one virtually and have the conversation of a lifetime with StoryCorps Connect. Anyone can conduct an interview, and every interview will be archived at the Library of Congress, becoming part of American history. Connect, honor, share at StoryCorpsConnect.org/AARP. A message from AARP, StoryCorps, and the Ad
Time
Council.
for today's STEM tip. Okay, you know recycling is important. No one wants plastic in the ocean. Here's a cool way to repurpose a plastic bottle. Build an awesome terrarium. Cut a large plastic bottle in half and fill the base with sand, pebbles, potting soil, and your favorite plant. I chose an African violet. Put the top of the bottle over your base and place it in the sun. Your plant will grow sealed in its own ecosystem. Fun, right? Learn more at She Can STEM. A message from the Ad
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in Philadelphia. Local time is 3:05 p.m. and the temperature is 67 degrees. At this time, you are now free to use your cellular devices.
You know that feeling when you get to turn your phone on after...
Broadcasting from room 104 of the Huntington North High School building.
A broadcast service of the Huntington County Community School Corporation.
Viking Radio, 91.9 WVSH.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam, ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
A portion of today's broadcast is brought to you by Bippus State Bank. With 4 locations, including 2 branches in Huntington, 1 in North Manchester, and a branch in Roanoke, Bippus State Bank is an independent community bank. Thank you, Bippus State Bank, for your continued support of our broadcasts.
We are the boy band. Your tween made you see. We are the boy band. It's painful concert number 3. We are the boy band. We're 5 and 19. We are the boy band. Always singing on key.
You love your kids enough to take them to see their favorite band. Love them enough to make sure they're buckled up in the back seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
If you're worried your friend may be struggling, remember, you don't have to be there to be there.
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You could ask on your couch while you binge watch.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and the JED Foundation.
Neil Armstrong waited 6 hours and 39 minutes to step onto the surface of the moon. Jackie Robinson waited 20 months to play his first game with the Brooklyn Dodgers. And even DiCaprio had to wait 22 years to win an Oscar. You can wait until your destination. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
The voice of the schools of Huntington.
Welcome back here
Viking
to
Radio.
Bob Straight Court. As we get ready to close this one out and have our interview with Coach Teagle, we're going to go over the stats. Carson Rogers had 14. Shane Spear had 17. Badunga had 18. And Xavion Bellamy had 8. For the Vikings, Zach Nash had 13. Eric Hostler had 8. And Asher Chipchowski had 11. One of the big differences in tonight's game is obviously going to be the second chance points. The offensive rebounds that the Kokomo Wildcats were able to get consistently throughout this entire game really propelled them to be able to get to that point of, being able to score consistently. And for points per possession, Kokomo averaging 1.5, pretty solid. Points off turnovers, 22-4. Total rebounds, Kokomo led by 5, so not too bad. As we get ready to have Coach Teagle back up here, we look at the box score, 14-7, 13-13, 23-7, 22-9. The biggest lead of the night was the final score of 36 points. Longest run for the Cats was 22-2. H&HS senior night, as Max said earlier, we want to thank all the seniors. And we're going to send you to a short little break here.
It's time for today's STEM tip. Okay, you know recycling is important. No one wants plastic in the ocean. Here's a cool way to repurpose a plastic bottle. Build an awesome terrarium. Cut a large plastic bottle in half and fill the base with sand, pebbles, potting soil, and your favorite plant. I chose an African violet. Put the top of the bottle over your base and place it in the sun. Your plant will grow sealed in its own ecosystem. Fun, right? Learn more at She Can STEM. A message from the Ad Council.
And we bring you back. I'm Max Rohrbach here alongside Eric Hostler tonight for a post-game interview, post-season, I should say, almost, with the sectionals against Homestead. Tough game coming up. First of all, Eric, tough loss with a doubled score from the Wildcats. Coming into the second half, 27-20. What were your thoughts coming into the second half?
Coming into the second half, we were playing good. And we thought we weren't playing good enough. We could have done a lot of better things. Only being down 7 to the number 8 team of the state was huge. And so we were confident, man, but then they started knocking down shots. We missed rotations, and we were missing shots, and that was basically the story of the game. Yeah,
that's just what happens when you're not shooting the ball well. Defense gets some D boards. Flory has 8 dunks on the night, 5 of which in the second half. Yeah. Has to talk about something in a half-court lob on that. Yeah, that definitely has to bring your attitude down. Yeah. What was in your specific mind thinking after you got down 15 points?
I was we were down 10-0 to start the game, so I was okay, I'm trying to get my boys going, as a leader of this team. And then as it just kept on growing, it's tough, but it's senior night. Yeah. My last time on Bob Straight.
You have to.
So you just got to play hard. You don't see many guys like Flory, so what can you do?
No more pressure in Indiana. It's definitely tough. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
Give me a handshake, brother.
I got you, brother. And I'm going to take you here with Tyler Carr, next senior up. First of all, Tyler, tough loss against the Kokomo Wildcats, 72-36 on that. What were your thoughts coming in the second half with down 27-7? Or excuse me, 27-20?
Well, coming into the second half, we felt like we were in an all right position. Yeah. They only scored 27 points. They normally score 80 or 90 a game. So we felt pretty fine there, but we didn't come out with the same energy at all, and it showed. Just fell apart so fast. But
yeah, what were your thoughts after you got down 10, 15 points? Yours specifically.
Well, once they started going on a run, it'd be pretty hard to stop them because once they get going, all the momentum's their way, especially with Flory, and then just the shots, all of them were falling for them the second half. Not the first. Yeah,
with you being more of a post man for the Vikings here, one of the taller players on the team, not the tallest, but definitely someone that can get in the post. What were your thoughts going against Flory?
I knew that we had to use shot fakes. We had to make him guard us. We had to make him just not be able to stand under the basket and let that get by. Mm-hmm. I guess you could say it worked a little bit in the second half. We were getting some looks around the rim in the first half. Asher was doing good,
Asher did a great job.
Going great hard at the rim. But I mean, the second half, it just looked like there's not much energy, not even much drive to really attack Flory.
And then with you on defense against Flory with either Levi McElhaney or even Eric Hoster on that, what were your thoughts when you were on defense against him, having to double team in front and back?
Definitely a big body, the biggest thing I've ever guarded. I mean, the thought was to get a person in front of him, behind him the whole time. So doing that part, I was never behind him, so being in front of him was pretty easy, but he's just big.
He's huge. He really is huge. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I bring you back here with Ethan Hubbard. First of all, Ethan, very, very tough loss, but a great game from the Vikings. I believe 72-36. Wildcats doubled your score, which is very unfortunate on that part. What were your thoughts coming into the game in the first quarter?
Well, I really thought that what we had planned would be very effective.
And it was in the first half.
Yeah, we played really good defense in the first half. I think we played bad, but in the second half, kind of just fell apart.
Yeah. What were your thoughts coming into the second half when it fell apart? You're only down 7 coming in the second half, excuse me.
Well, we came out really hyped, ready to play, and we thought we could stick with them, but it just didn't work.
Yeah, it just fell apart. What were you thinking when you got down 10, 15, and you knew Kokomo was going to get on a run? If they kept going, you're probably not going to come out on top of this game.
Well, try to keep the energy up, try to get everyone motivated back in the game, and just try to score, get the best looks we can.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm interviewing all of the seniors here tonight. I'm here with Wes Huff. First of all, Huff, great game, but a tough loss, 72-36. You personally did not play a ton in this ball game, but what were your thoughts coming into this game with the #1 prospect in Indiana on the Kokomo Wildcats team?
Mainly, I thought it was just cool that he was coming to play here. I was kind of excited to watch and play also, but yeah, it's pretty cool to play against a type of guy like that.
Yeah. With you coming specifically into the second half, what were your thoughts?
I mean, when I got in, it was pretty much already over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was just going to go out there and try and play hard, get a shot up, and I was able to. It didn't go in, but
yeah,
it was all right.
That's just how it is sometimes. Yeah, so as a non-starter usually, what are your normal thoughts and what are you thinking coming into that? Knowing with you didn't play junior season competitively in the high school level, what were your thoughts coming into your senior season compared to why you didn't your junior season?
You know, I just figured it'd be a little bit different. It's been a hard adjustment, I would say, coming off the bench because in the prior years, you know, I played pretty much the whole game. And as a shooter, which it's what my type of role it'd be, it's kind of hard to come off the bench and be able to shoot. And so it's been a tough adjustment, but I've been trying to adjust to my role the best I can.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Thanks.
And that was Wes Huff, and I'm here with Levi McElhaney now. First of all, Levi, a very tough loss against Kokomo, 72-36. With you being a key and vital role on this team, 6.5 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, and at least usually a block per game mixed in there. What are your thoughts as a senior leader on this team?
Honestly, I'm just really appreciative of all my teammates. I just came here at the end of last year, and all these guys have been so welcoming, and I love every single one of my teammates. And I know no matter what, those guys have my back. The coaching staff has my back, and I love it here, man.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. So then what were your thoughts coming into tonight against a 6'10 post, Flory Budunga, with you being one of the postmen and down low?
I was starting out on him, and I mean, he's the #1 center in his class for a reason. But I pushed. I did the best I could against him. Like I said, he's a big boy. Not much I can do against him.
He is a big boy. So what were your thoughts specifically coming into the second half? 27-20 on that, and then even when it fell apart when you were down 10, 15 points.
Honestly, we just got to keep our energy up. We need to do what we did in the first half for 32 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's all of us.
Yeah.
There's no one of us.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
And I'm going to bring you over. You're good. I'm going to bring you over to Cole McCarver here, Cam McCarver's little brother. So first of all, Cole, tough loss, 72-36. And with you not playing a whole bunch, even this whole season, what are your thoughts coming into the season?
I mean, it's a tough way to go out. You know, going into half tonight, we really thought we had a chance at the game.
Yeah, 27-20.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, I mean, when you got a player like that down there, it's really hard to compete sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we were tired at the end, and things just kind of got ugly for us. So we just got to look ahead now. I mean, we believe we can win.
Yeah, off to Homestead. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts specifically coming into the second half? 27-20 on that. Like you specifically, what were you thinking?
I feel like we did a really good job. I feel like we were playing really hard against him. But, I mean, like I said before, we got tired, I think. I mean, he's a good player. He's ranked that high for a reason. So, and he kind of just took over. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Thank you.
Is that it?
Yeah, you're good. And I'm waiting on Coach Teagle here for just a minute. He should be here any second. You're listening to 91.9 WVSH. I'm Max Rohrbach here alongside Ryan Pate, and I'm here with Coach Craig Teagle of the Huntington Vikings. First of all, Coach, very, very tough loss against Kokomo Wildcats, 72-36, especially considering the score was 27-20 coming into the second half. What can you tell me about that?
Well, it was 22-20. You know, 2-3 minutes left in the second quarter. We were right where we needed to be. I think we hit one free throw and missed one in that situation. And then they went to the half-court trap, and their length and their quickness really bothered us a little bit. We didn't get any looks. I think we may have turned it over 3 times in a row. That got them out in transition. That stretched it to 27-20. Well, you know what they were going to do then. They're going into the locker room and say, hey, that half-court trap really worked. Let's stay with it. Well, they did. We turned it over, but that didn't disappoint me as much as our whole job was to keep them out of the paint. They scored 16 points in the paint in the third quarter.
Yeah,
I mean that's just not very good defense. Now I'm not discrediting the kids on that because we put something new in defensively this week, man. You know, they're high school kids. It's hard to get that and gather it and go out and execute it. And although I thought we did it pretty well in the first half, we fell apart a little bit in the second half, and they got out in trans. I mean, they're an 8th ranked team in the state for a reason. And we wore out a little bit. I just didn't think our effort stayed where it needed to be in the second half. We got down on ourselves a little bit, and that's been the common theme with this team sometimes. They get down themselves, and you know, we keep preaching about being fighters and stuff, and we just got to keep doing that. I was disappointed how we ended because I didn't see the same juice, except I thought Ethan Hubbard, as always, played hard to the final buzzer. He always does, so I appreciate that from him.
Yeah, so what were your thoughts coming into the second half? 27-20, you said it was 22-20 with 2-3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. What were your thoughts as a coach? What were you trying to do?
First thing we need to do is get the ball stopped immediately on their first possession. The second half we did. They missed a shot. They got the offensive rebound and scored. Yeah. So if we get that and we go down, get a score, either a 2 or 3, 27-22, 27-23, you feel better about yourselves, and now you go back and build that wall again. But it just felt like every time we got a good stop, they came up with the O board and either knocked it in or kicked it out and hit a 3. But we just didn't make them shoot enough threes. I think we had them for 38 points in the paint. Our goal was no shots in the paint. You know, I mean, so either they're that much better than us, or we just didn't execute our game plan very well.
Perfect. So then let's move on to Homestead later in the week, Tuesday at Columbia City. Obviously, you can compare Homestead to Kokomo in the skill level. What are your thoughts coming into Kokomo, or excuse me, coming into Homestead?
Man, I don't know. They are so good defensively in their man, and they'll fight through screens like Kokomo did. But I thought our man was pretty effective against Kokomo. I think Homestead does a better job in their man, just being strong and physical. And you know, Coach Johnson and I are really good friends, and I think he just does a good job with the group he has every year, and he gets them to play a certain way, and they do it really well. I'm going to say the kid's name wrong. I always do. Kapuki.
Kyron Kapuki.
Yeah,
yep.
he shoots the 3 so well for them. He's at 41 or 42%. And then their point guard, 17-9 or 18 points a game, can drive it, hits the pull-up shot. Will Jamison, and then Leaper inside, 6'7". I mean, he's going to Iowa on a football scholarship for a reason. He's just a man. And then Tucker Day, 6'7", 6'8" kid, can be on the other block. But then he has all those little pieces that just do their job. One guy will lock onto one of our kids and just chase him. That's his job. One guy's job is to screen and slip, and they do a really good job playing together. We'll have to keep them out trans. Have to not give up splits. Got to try to get to the three-point shooter, not give him open threes like he had the first game. And we got to hit some shots.
Yeah.
If you remember the first game, we couldn't hit anything.
53-14.
Yeah, we could not hit anything. So, that's what we talked to the kids about in the second half when we got down. This is the time we can get better for Tuesday night. What are we going to do Tuesday night? Okay.
Yeah.
We're playing a team about the same caliber. What can we do to get better? So, it'll be good. I love the chant. Like this week was a great practice week, getting ready for them. It was fun trying to prepare. Obviously, it didn't work like we wanted to, but I tell everybody, when I've had a bad day or I don't feel good, practice is like medicine. As soon as I go on the floor and we start practicing, I feel good again. I feel it's just like medicine. I just love basketball. I love the practice. I love trying to get ready for teams and prepare. So we'll do our best. I hope our kids go out and play hard for 32 minutes.
Perfect. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Again, the Vikings fell to the Kokomo Wildcats 72-36. For Ryan Pate, I'm Max Rohrbach, and we will talk to you later.
Thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast of Huntington North Vikings basketball on Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH. Before we go, we'd like to thank the following sponsors one more time for making tonight's broadcast possible.
Bailey Love Mortuary, Bippus State Bank, First Federal Savings Bank, Hartberg, Roth, Garrett, Halberstadt, and Garrett Law, Nove, and Z Place Pizza.
Be sure to tune in all season long for the fast-paced action of Vikings basketball on your Huntington North Sports Authority, Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH.